Okay, so my project for the last few days has been to make a vodka concoction using Nerds, the candy which is mostly sold in the US but used to be sold in the UK. Some of you older 90s or 80s kids might remember it. But basically, I've been doing this thing where I separate them all out by colour, I soak them in vodka as you do with Skittles and all that, and this is the taste test video. I'm just going to talk about a little bit about what I did. This is going to be an unedited video, so I apologise for any mess-ups in how I talk. I'm just going to start by showing you the various flavours I have. We have orange flavour, orange colour, presumably orange flavour as well. We have green. We have yellow flavour. Now the yellow is, the camera doesn't show it too well, but this is extremely vivid yellow, like almost painful to look at, it's so bright. Purple flavour, which is presumably grape, since the US hates blackcurrant. Strawberry flavour, or fruit punch possibly. And this is the mixed one. And looking at the camera, nothing can do this justice. This looks revolting. It's like a putrid, greenish brown. It looks absolutely nasty. And these are the little cups I've got them all in. I can already imagine some of you rush into the comments to say, man, those are wussy shots, but there are a few reasons for that. For one, I have not eaten. For two, it is not even 2 PM in the afternoon. And for three, vodka actually completely slaughters me. So, the way I basically did this was, I got 4 boxes of Nerds, which is about 680 grams, about 1.5 pounds, and sorted them out by, into their individual colours, into pots. And this is every bit as boring as it sounds. It took 6 hours. If you try this, I highly recommend getting a friend to help to cut down the time, because I managed to watch the entirety of Season 1 of Archer, and some of Season 2 as well in the process. So it's a very, very tedious process. I then put them into these bottles, which are actually Smirnoff bottles that I emptied out, because it is impossible to find glass flasks in Tallahassee. Then poured in the vodka. I tried to keep it as even as possible, but some of them got more in than others. And it's worth knowing that there were a lot more greens than any other, which is probably why the green bottle is so much darker than the others. The fewest I had were the mixed ones, which was actually purely made because by the time I'd got down to the very bottom, they were too tiny to sort. So I just thought, screw this has been 6 hours of my life I've spent doing this, I'm just going to stick them all in one. I then let them sit. I was only going to do it for 24 hours, but because I had an early shift the next day, I decided it wouldn't be worth trying the filtering process. So it's actually been closer to 36 hours that they were sat. I then filtered them using coffee filters, the remains of which are there. Goodness me, just looking at the colourings is making me feel sick. But I basically filtered it by adding a little bit at a time and squeezing it through, because I'm not sure if it's going to show too well, but this stuff is extremely viscous. It's got the same consistency of warmer maple syrup. It may be because I use too many Nerds. I know normally for the amount I've made, people use 1 pound of Skittles, whereas I've gone for 1.5 pounds of Nerds, so it's probably my fault. Anyway, enough stalling. This is going to be the taste test. I have absolutely no idea what these are going to taste like. I've never done anything like this before. So let's get this going. Okay, well I said unedited. I completely lied. I forgot to get a drink of water. And this is because basically, it's basically I don't want to have the flavours mix in. I want to be able to tell what each one tastes like, so I can give a fair analysis. This is gonna suck. I just know it. Okay, first up, the orange flavour. It smells exactly like Tropicana orange juice. You smell a little bit of a vodka still, but apart from that, it's just like OJ. It's definitely still got a kick to it. Apart from that, it tastes like an orange. It tastes more like an actual orange than orange juice, but that's pretty epic actually. Green flavour. Like I said, this one had the most Nerds in the bottle, and the pictures will show that I'm going to put into this. But this one's actually not the most viscous. The thickest one is actually the strawberry one. But This one's definitely the darkest. This is completely opaque. Like, you can't even see table through the bottom of this thin layer of it. So, let's try. I can't tell if that's apple or lime, but that is very, very good. That just tastes like the nerd. It's got the aftertaste of a vodka, but apart from that, it's just green flavoured nerds. I wonder if my tongue's changed colour. Can't even see. But next up, yellow flavour. Okay, this one smells like lemon sherbets, but you can very strongly smell the vodka in this one. This is strange. Apparently the Skittles drinks annihilates the taste and smell of the vodka completely, but you can definitely smell it in this one. Tastes as I'd expected. Tastes exactly like a lemon sherbet, albeit without the sherbet. I feel like the shittest connoisseur here. Just like, oh yes, this one has a very woody aroma. You can definitely smell the woodlands. This one you can't smell any vodka in, and that frightens me. This one just smells like artificial grape flavouring. That's bizarre. If you'll ever remembered those, I can't remember what they're called, but like these candy making kits you could get back in like the early to mid 90s, where it had like a skull shaped thing and you'd pour all this liquid in and then you'd put this other stuff in it and then you'd pull it out and it would make like this goo you could eat. Like it smells exactly like the grape flavour powder that came with it. And what I ever seem to remember doing with that is making gummies, because that was the only thing that didn't come out terrible. And it tastes like grape flavoured early 90s candy. I haven't actually had a very strong kick of vodka afterwards. That was not expected. Now this is goodness me, I'm only 4 through. This is the most viscous one. If anybody has ever worked in any kind of fast food place or even seen a fast food place where they have the milkshake machines with the strawberry syrup going into it, this is the exact colour and consistency of that. Whew. And aside from the really, really strong vodka smell, it pretty much smells the same as well. In fact, it's completely uncanny. There's nothing but similarities here. I'm beginning to notice by now, the stronger the vodka smells, the least you can taste it. Because that one really did just taste like strawberry syrup. And since I mentioned how viscous that one was, I like the word viscous, I should probably point out that the filtering process was really, 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 really slow. You had to squeeze the coffee fills to get the stuff out, hence why I have hulkish green hands right now, from the green flavour obviously. But leaving it to sit by itself, I tried that for the first one, it reached the 20-minute mark, and that was when I got bored and decided to just start squeezing it through. It was really, really slow. This stuff just doesn't go through. Excuse me. This one's gonna suck, and I absolutely know it. This is the mixed one. This one had the least amount of nerds in it, because it was only once I got down to the very, very bottom, all the smaller ones have gone through to the bottom of the pot, that I decided, you know, whatever, I'm not doing this anymore. It's taking so long. But this is disgusting looking. Like, you could, even on camera that looks revolting. It looks like a muddy puddle has just been scooped up and possibly pooped in and then blended. All it does is smell like vodka and just chemicals, which granted all nerds are is just chemicals, sugar and citric acid, but this reeks. That was not a very good idea of mine. Take one for the team, I suppose. Ignoring the fact that vodka is like 3 times stronger tasting than that one, that's not that bad. That's really not that bad. But wow, I definitely should have used a few more for the mixed one, because that was very, very strong. Anyway, if anybody has any ideas for other candy flavoured vodka drink concoction things, please send them my way. I do love candy, I do love alcohol. I like bringing the two together, it makes me a happy fatty. So, hope you appreciate this new channel that I made. It's just so I don't have all my regular fans, some of the younger ones, seeing me drink. Don't really want to advocate alcohol or candy abuse. Like, candy should not be treated in this way. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because I've already been babbling for about 10 minutes. Hope you've enjoyed this little journey through what happens when I'm left alone by myself for a week and have free reign of the house. Peace out.